Hello everyone, welcome to another Let's Play of Quest for Glory 3. My name is Anna Mardal. When we last left off, you may remember I was kind of sniffling a little bit and said my allergies were acting up. Surprise! Turns out I was coming down with a head cold. I still have it, but it's been a couple of days since I recorded, and I was doing 2 or 3 Let's Plays a day and queuing these all up. And so even though my voice is clearly not back to normal, I was getting antsy and I needed to record something. So we're back, and I hope you can bear with me because I may have to clear my throat a couple of times. When we last left off, we were in the Libon's hut, and I was grinding communication by spamming the tell about peace option. I didn't want to stay in his hut because there is a bug, a timing bug, where if you stay in the Libon's hut too long, or if it decides you stayed in there too long, he can kick you out and you lose like 5 puzzle points for that, which is, in my opinion, complete bullshit. I mean, lose honor or something, or communication, sure, but puzzle points? What the hell, guys? But anyway, so I didn't want to stay in his hut, so I skedaddled. But our puzzle points are up by 2 because before I left, I asked him about the Drum of Magic, which was a communication option that had opened up. And you get 2 points for that. So, we're up 2 communication points, and we're at 300 communication. We're also at 300 honor. Climbing is at 200, but we literally can't increase it. Throwing is at 300. Stealth, weapon use, parry. It's kind of like we're going from bottom to top in terms of maxing things out. Although we will not be working on stealth, on the combat skills until we've gotten magic maxed out, I don't think. Because I really want to do magic first. And magic is, we can work on it in combat a lot faster than we could do out of combat. I talked before about how they actually make combat worse on purpose in order to force people to use parry and dodge, which I think was just a really foolish decision. Breaking your combat system in an attempt to force players to play properly is just not a good idea, in my opinion. But it'll be interesting to compare this combat system with the one in Quest for Glory 4, which well, we'll see. I don't even want to say whether it's better than this one. It's interesting. I don't know if this is a good idea. Oh good, our magic finally went up a little bit. I've been wondering if it ever would. 272. Going back to Tarna. And I want to see if we get different dialogue options with Harami the Thief now that we've left the Tarna map screen. Because if the internet forum I read is correct, that's the deciding factor in whether the game recognizes that time has passed and your friendship with him develops is wow, we're just gonna get attacked every step of the way there, I see. But the deciding factor in whether the game recognizes that time has passed is whether you move off the Tarna map screen to the next map screen over. So, which again seems really why wouldn't they just have a flag for what day you met him on? I don't understand why you would program it that way. I really don't. Because it means that you could stay in town for a couple of days and kill time, and the game would never recognize that time as having passed. Um, which I don't understand. I really don't. It's funny. I recognized even as a as younger uh, kid that the night scenes didn't always look quite right for some reason, and I never thought I'd be glad to see someone who helped me get caught, but man, am I glad to see you. You gotta help me. Okay, sure enough, we can tell him about our mission. That's the second day that you can talk to him. You tell the thief about trying to bring peace to this land. You came all the way to this weird place to help a lion bring peace. What a weird way to make a living. You gotta look out for number one to get anywhere in this world. I mean, just having someone to talk to that actually listens is something. I don't get enough to eat. I can't get out of here. I'm going crazy. I don't know how long I can stand this. I mean, I never had much to do with people before. Kept to myself, you know. Now you say hi to me and I feel like I ought to kiss your hand or something. Just to have someone say something to me is good. I heard some of the guards talking about the king and his brother having big arguments about war. If something doesn't happen real soon now, those lions are going to start marching to war drums. Let's give him some... Let's give him some fruit. It's probably better than anything else we're carrying. Hey, look, take care. You're the only pal I got. I don't want to lose you. Okay. Poor guy. So I'm a big fan of bad movies, cheap movies. Oh. There's an empty seat, which means we get to meet this survivor tonight. Whoops. 4-4. That's not what I want. That's not. That's next video. But to finish that thought before we start doing another thought, I mentioned in the last, or in a couple videos ago, or I thought I did, might have been one of the reels that I had to cut, but there's a film technique called, I think it's called filming night for day or day for night, or it's one of those. I'm sick, I don't know. But it's where you film your cast during the day for a night scene, but then you just slap dark filters over it and try to make it look like it's really night. And, you know, if you've got enough budget, you can make it look really good. If you don't have enough budget, it just looks weird and kind of surreal. Like, why does the nighttime look wrong to me? And so I watched enough old movies and cheap movies that I was like, why does the nighttime look wrong to me? And it's like, well, because they filmed it at day, but they didn't filter out the things that your brain naturally associates with daytime, like the way the shadows fall, sharp shadows, white puffy clouds in the sky, even though the sky is dark, and all stuff like that. And so yeah, when we're walking around in that opening screen of Tarno at the front gates, and there's like white puffy clouds in the sky, but it's nighttime, and it's like, oh my god, it's like day for night shooting. It looks fine here, but that backdrop right there is especially drawn. So the survivor, Khatib Makaram, will honor the inn with his presence. We're going to ask her about the survivor. Wait, what? Oh, the Pharaoh dogs, yeah. He never recovered from the peace mission. Poor guy. We'll order a meal, and then the survivor will come out and we'll talk to him. I do not know that there are actually any points to be had talking to him, which is kind of strange, all things considered. I mean, you could say, well, maybe they were afraid that you would miss talking to him, but oh no, here it is. Ask Survivor about peace mission, 7 points. But they haven't cared about the fact that you could miss a lot of other things. Okay. Where are we on my list? Ask Uhura about Spear, we did that. Play a Wari with Yesufu, we did that. Tell Yesufu about friendship, we did that. Get Pool of Peace Water, we did that. We haven't listened to the storyteller tell his story because that has not yet been an option, which is currently driving me up a wall. So we're going to... There we go. We asked him about the peace mission. We got the doo-doo-doo. Frustratingly, if you ask from top down, you will hit him being unable to talk further. And of course, we went through these before, but later, when Khatib dies, it's mentioned that his spirit is seen rising from the body, which is, that little squiggle is supposed to be a canonical sign of demon possession, with the demon exiting upon death. I don't know how I got to the river. I think I went a little crazy. I was covered with blood. The fishermen were afraid of me. They ran away from the bloody demon they thought me to be. So he actually does appear to be at least partially possessed somehow. And that's got interesting implications for world building, because it's unclear whether that partial possession is normal for possessions in this world, in which case possessed people might sometimes be themselves and be unaware of their own possession, or whether there was something that went kind of wrong with his possession, maybe because Rishaka interrupted the possession somehow by throwing herself at the demon that was attacking him and telling him to run. So maybe he became partially possessed in some way. We don't know, and it's kind of I'm not sure what to think of it in terms of how that affects the canon. So we're gonna leave this screen one more time and come back, and hopefully we'll be able to talk to Harami about Rakesh, which is worth 8 points. I think a lot of these timing issues, like you're supposed to meet with Yusufu on 3 different days to play a Wari. You're supposed to meet with Harami on 3 different nights. I think these gates were made up with the idea that the hero would do a lot more traveling than I normally would. I don't know about another player, but my first inclination, especially the second time I played the game and I knew all the high notes to hit, was like buy all the stuff you need the first time you visit Tarna, and then basically never come back to Tarna again, except for a couple times when you're forced to drop off the ingredients for the spell potion. And it's interesting that the game wants you to take what I would consider to be a non-optimal path through the the area, because you're constantly being hammered with how urgent your mission is, and how, you know, Tarno's on the brink of war. Every second, counts. And it's hard to feel like every second counts when the game is like, have you considered wandering around for a few more days in order to pass the time so that you can make closer friends with Harami the Thief? And it's like, well, I like Harami the Thief and I do value our friendship, but I do also feel like that whole war thing I was trying to take care of is kind of important. Hi, Harami. I thought you was never coming back. Who am I supposed to talk to if you go out and get yourself eaten by some leopard men? You're the only one I got now. Well, now that's a good opening. Tell him about Rakesh. You mentioned that Rakesh would go out of his way to help Harami since he is a paladin. I thought paladins were goody two-shoe Boy Scouts that never broke laws. You mean this Rakesh Lion would go out of his way to help a thief? Doesn't sound like any lawman I ever heard of. Oh, what did he say? But I'll keep him in mind if I get really desperate. I actually really like that because I've mentioned before in another video that I like paladins when they're done properly. I like the idea of paladins. And I hear there's something pretty strange going on over in the jungle. Animals going crazy at night, weird lights, that sort of thing. The guys that go out to the jungle are pretty scared. Something near a waterfall has them plenty spooked. I never was what you would call brave. I don't stick my neck out for no one but me, and I don't need nobody but me. So I just don't get you. You help people for a living? You go out and nearly get yourself killed trying to keep a bunch of lions out of a war? What do you get out of it? Kicks? You won't catch me sticking my neck out for another. When I get out of here, it's see you later, bye, and I hope we never see each other again. No hard feelings, though. You've helped me pretty good now. You're the only guy in the whole city I can talk to. Don't let anything happen to you. I gotta have someone here. I love him. I wish we could take him to Shapir. I hope Rakesh takes him to Shapir. He would be perfectly happy in Shapir. He could join the Thieves Guild. He could work with Dinarzad. He's a good baby. But so I like the idea of paladins, and I feel like they get played so badly sometimes and written so badly. And I really like how Rakesh's ideal of honor absolutely has room for breaking the law if the law is wrong. So, yeah, it is honorable. Canonically, we get honor points for helping the thief, for giving him, offering him money, for giving him food. Because it's the right thing to do. It's also illegal. We're breaking the law every time we talk to him. Rakesh would be breaking the law talking to him. And yet Rakesh is willing to do it. We're willing to do it. And it's the honorable thing to do because he's in need and he needs help. And to turn our back on him, while that would be the legal thing to do, would condemn him to death. A death he doesn't deserve. So I really like that this is a rare case in media of a paladin depiction where the paladin doing and being the right thing means breaking the law. I love that. I do. It makes me happy. It is an unjust law. Now, I'm not going to say I don't have an answer to how we deal with things like thievery because, I don't think prison is humane, but I don't think this system is humane either. So I'm not going to say that I have all the answers, because I don't. But I do, like I said, I like the fact that even though you don't have all the answers, it's like, well, but I'm not going to let him die. Okay, so we got puzzle points for that. Yay, I'm happy. Where are we on my puzzle point list? Agree to meet Harami. Tell Harami about Rakesh. There it is, 8 points. Buy fruit. Let's bargain them down to 40. And let's get another 10. We've got plenty of food. I worry about my character catching scurvy. Fruits are very important. I see a man who has not had his fish today. Very good fishing is to be found these days. It seems the fish are swimming away from their homes near the waterfall in great numbers, and you have only to reach in the river to pick up a fish. Very, very happy am I, Effendi. A man has asked for my sister to be his wife. Gladly, says I. He may not be rich, but he is a farmer, so she will never be hungry. Now I need to tell my sister I have found her a husband. A man wants to wed you, sister, says I, but I said no. What? Says my sister. He was not rich, says I. Was he handsome? Says my sister. Very, says I. Go and tell him I will be his wife, says my sister. They will be very happy together once he knows how to talk to my sister. Oh. They're cute. I am way too invested in this guy's family life. Alright, let's leave. Goodbye, Tarna. We will come back later. Because he liked the guy, because even though he wasn't rich, he's a farmer, so she'll always have food. But he told her that he said no because he wasn't rich enough. Well, was he handsome? Oh, yes. Go tell him I'll marry him. Hello, have you come to bring us royals? Thank you for your patronage. Alrighty. I do want to see... Boy, magic just goes up so slowly. Not really happy about that. Come on. What's going on? Come on down here. Maybe it's realistic that your stealth wouldn't help much in the wide open savanna where stealthing doesn't really make sense because anything for a mile can see you. I don't know. But I really question whether stealthing makes a difference on the combat encounter rate, because it feels ridiculously high. I mean, very, very, very high. Alright, do we have any empty water skins? We don't. Can we sleep here? We cannot. What the heck? Oh, that was funny. The day symbol didn't... Hello, Cheetah. He's just gonna watch us all night long. Sweet baby Cheetah. Alright, what's our status of the... Good, that got us all our mana back. Let us then see if we cannot get the storyteller. That was weird. Which means wandering around until evening. I really would like to hear the storyteller. I couldn't find any chatter online about how to trigger it, which would seem to suggest that other people don't have a problem triggering it and it's just me. But if it is just me, then I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Flame is maxed out by now. We'll check. Which means we can switch to force. Yeah, flame is 300. So off we go to force bolt. Magic's at 270. I'm really glad that we used the genie wish to up magic because it does not want to up. Hi. I don't want to miss the storyteller. No, damn it. Well, that is disappointing. I don't know how to make him trigger. I almost think that it may be too late because we met him by the Awari game. And in our first playthrough as a paladin, we met him after his story because it was like, oh, hi, I enjoyed your story last night. And so I'm wondering if we missed our chance and we're supposed to meet him before that. But if that's the case, I don't know when it was supposed to be because I feel like we spent the first couple nights here checking in. So that's kind of frustrating. It may be a bug, but as we've already discovered, apparently we can't get full points in this game anyway, so there's no point really in stressing over it. So let me see here. Storyteller, I'm just going to make a note to myself, is 2 points that we do not have. So our next puzzle points are 3 points for reaching the jungle, which we have just done so now. We've got a nice little ding ding ding. Hello. just foolishly used flame instead of force because my brain hasn't switched yet. That's all right. We need to head to the tree, but I'm not going to do that yet. Hello, leopard man, who I really truly hope is a demon. I really do not want to have been killing innocent. Huh. It wouldn't let me search him. Just wandered off screen. I mean, yes, they attacked me first, but of all the people in this drama, I feel like the leopard men have the biggest legitimate complaint. They don't know what's going on. They woke up one day, if Johari is to be believed, they woke up one day with their magical drum going, which isn't just a ceremonial thing to them like the Spear of Death is. Apparently it's integral to their magic and therefore integral to their society in a very direct way. But they woke up one day with their drum of magic gone and a Spear of Death just sitting there, which would be very confusing to anyone. And they don't get to petition Tarna for aid. They're trying to figure out how to get their stuff back all on their own without any help. So, yeah, I would think Shangri-La a long, long way. I would think that they are thoroughly confused and legitimately upset. Let's sleep for the night because we have very little magic left. I guess I could start scarfing mana pills, but there's so little cash in this game that I hate to use them unless we have to. Okay, reach jungle for 3. We did that. Reach waterfall screen, which should give us 8 points. I didn't hear it jing, 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 but it should give us 8 points. And there we go. That's another 8 for freeing Manu. So we can talk to Manu for about 3 of the 4 conversation options, and then he wanders off because he's bored. Which, I mean, I can't blame him. Same. I have ADHD. I get it. There is an 8-man. I couldn't figure out how we were supposed to kill an 8-man as a paladin for points because we didn't get an option in the city, and apparently they're on this screen. 10 royal, jeez. Well, that's where all the money's got off to. I'm saving the game. I don't want to lose that. 10. Well, now we know where to grind for money if we ever need to do that. What the hell? I did not know you could fight this guy early, ahead of the monkeys. Oh man, the body disappears. Otherwise, that would be really cool because we could drag it back to Krisha and prove that there definitely are demons afoot. That sucks. They thought of that though. Everything else leaves a body, but that didn't leave a body. They thought of that. Kind of clever. Can we get another 8-man? Because... Holy shit, can you fight it more than once? Is it a different one? You get no money or anything for it, so I don't really want to keep fighting it. I want an 8-man with lots of money, although why they would be carrying lots of money is honestly beyond me. Alright, let's head back to the... we want to go to the World Tree now. We might as well go ahead and nap for the night. And as I guess we might as well. I was gonna say we might as well practice our magic before we go to bed. But I also don't really like doing that because it just takes so darn long. It's actually faster to just... But seriously, we can't. Oh, screw that. There we go. It's like, it's just about nightfall. What doesn't make a whole lot of sense is why your fire would drive off the leopard men, who are sentient and shouldn't be scared of a fire in the same way that, say, the little flying snakes or the ants might be afraid of fire. So that doesn't really make a lot of sense, but add it to the list, I guess. And I mean, that's true whether they're leopard men or whether they're demons in the form of leopard men. In either case, why would they avoid a traveler? I mean, their whole thing is attacking you as a traveler. Why would they avoid a traveler just because a traveler has a campfire? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Alright, now we're going to be bugged for a second. No, not too bad. Spoke too soon. I'm going to go talk to the Guardian first, which is in kind of the armpit region here. And there's that sound effect again of what I can only describe as the office copier printing something, like a bunch of documents. I don't know why that was the sound effect they chose. I would love to know, what is the name of this sound effect? What did they think this was supposed to convey? So, fun fact, if you ask about gem, like if you're just going down all these one by one, if you ask about gem before you ask about wood, they give you the gem and then wander off, so you have to come back out and come back in. So, let's ask about wood. If you desire some magical wood from the mother of the world, you must first earn it. Seek in the jungle a blue orchid, bathe it in the life essence of the pool of peace when the moon shines upon its waters. Return with the glowing blue orchid to the heart of the world. Place it upon the stand, and you shall gain the magical wood you desire. It seems pretty labor intensive. But yes, we need a gem. If you wouldn't mind. And honestly, it's pretty nice that they just give you one. Thank you so much. So we get 5 points for getting the Guardian Gem. And we're going to get another 5 points for getting the Gift of the Heart, which we get for pouring water on the pedestal. So let's do that now. And then let's leave. So we gotta get a blue orchid. And all we know about it is that it's in the jungle somewhere. Now begins probably my least favorite part of the game, in which we have to just go in and out of jungle scenes over and over until the orchid randomly pops up. There's no way to search for it. There's no way to make it faster. It'll just show up or it won't. And random chance is always so exciting and interesting. As I'm sure we all agree. It's not here. That's 1. It's not here. That's 2. 3. I know what I'm looking for. I'll point it out when we see it. 4. 5. 6. 7. It's magical. You'd think you could use detect magic to try to find it that way. You can't. 8. I mean, it even said the magical blue orchid, so it is magical. 9. 10. 11. Haha, there it is. You see some lovely orchids growing in the branches in the mango tree. And if you do detect, you sense no magic. So, way to break your own lore, guys. You magically fetch one of the orchids. So now we have these pretty orchids in our inventory. It's a lovely flower which smells vaguely like vanilla. If we were to try to get more, the game will tell you that they're endangered and to leave them alone. So we won't try to get more. I don't know if there's any other way to get them, like to climb up. I wouldn't think so. Maybe levitate them. But, you know, you're a mage. It's a mage quest. You're supposed to use magic. Feels like force casts faster than flame. That can't be my imagination, can it? We're still 278 on magic. So not going up as quickly as I'd like. We did get 3 points. What are you doing in the jungle? Aren't you more comfortable in the savannah? We got 3 points for getting the blue orchid. Now, next step is to dip the blue orchid into the pool of peace at nighttime while the moon is 6 royals. Party at Croc's house while the moon is shimmering on the waters. We might get there just in time, actually, as long as we're not waylaid by too many fights. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It'll probably be about midnight when we get there. No. Do you guys never sleep? Wouldn't you, like, run away whenever the thing that you were trying to eat starts blasting magical energy at you? It's just not wise. Well, he is a dinosaur. His brain's pretty small. Oh, it's another fight. Ants, also not known for their cognitive abilities. Although I don't know about giant ants. Giant ants might be super smart. Who knows? It's weird that we only ever really see them one at a time. Okay. The moon on the waters of the pool creates a shimmering effect. So first and foremost, let's get some more water since we emptied one of our water skins. As you dip the orchid in the water, it starts to glow with an azure light. So now it has a pretty glow effect. Let's go ahead and sleep and regain all our magic. Dipping the orchid got us 6 story points. So, yay. Back to the jungle. It's like Back to the Future. Marty, we have to go back to the jungle. It's been so many years since I watched that movie. And I always remembered liking the second one best. It was the first dystopia I ever saw. Between that and like Super Mario Brothers movie, I think I was wired pretty early to like dystopias. Because those were both pretty young. If you haven't seen the Super Mario Brothers movie, they sell it with riffs on riff tracks, and it is wild. At least I think they sell it together. I don't think you have to buy them separately. I'm happy that we get to have our magic restored because we were getting kind of low. I'm also happy that it only took us about 10 attempts to get the orchid. I did get the orchid in the footage that I shot in the attempt that I eventually had to abandon because of the Yasufu friendship bug, and among some other bugs. And it took like 20 attempts to get. I was like looking up, how do you get the blue orchid to show up? Because I thought maybe I'd forgotten something. Because surely it wouldn't take more than 20 random attempts. No, it just wasn't showing up. And it's kind of cool because if you don't know that in advance, like you don't have a hint book or whatever, Um, you probably wouldn't just keep searching the jungle over and over again, doing the same thing that's not working. You'd figure you're missing something, right? But all right. We should get 5 points for getting magical wood. You gently place the glowing blue orchid on the platform. That... Oh, thank you. It's bedtime. You wouldn't think. You pluck the magical piece of wood from the tree. If you look at it in your inventory, it looks more staff-like, and even says, from the aura, you sense that this is a stick of magical wood. It's about the right size for making into a staff, which is interesting because whenever you saw it emerge, it didn't look the right size to make a staff at all. It looked kind of small, but maybe it was a perspective trick. So everything that we've just done is integral to the development and plot of a wizard, and will be relevant to the wizard leopardman relationship later on. So what we've done has moved the plot forward. When we go back to the Simbani village, they will have the leopardman prisoner. So let's go ahead and go find out about that so that we can report it to Krisha and Rakesh. Hi. Okay. I would like very much to get back and the leopardmen fights are frustrating because they actually will not force you into a battle scene. They will just stand on the edges of the screen and fling spells at you. Which is, man, that's another case where it didn't want to search the body. That's twice now that that's happened. Which I feel is actually a point in favor of my they're really demons trying to frame the leopardman theory, because they're not trying to force you into a do or die battle. They're trying to fling magic at you from in a way that you could easily escape. So I guess it could be the leopardmen just defending their territory and saying get out. So I guess it could be either way. But in either case, either the leopardmen are giving you a chance to flee, in which case we should probably do that, or the demons are giving you a chance to flee so you can go home and tell everyone about the mean leopardmen. Have you yet seen the prisoner that our warriors have caught? No, I haven't. It's too late to visit Uhura. And it's, the guard on duty tonight does not speak English. So, can we get the speed up a little bit? This is driving me nuts. There we go. Let's go back to our tent and take a snooze. So now, when we go back to Krisha and Rakesh, we can tell them about the leopardman prisoner. Let's check in with the Libon and see if he has anything interesting to say about the prisoner. Okay, nothing. Well, nothing. The Leperman prisoner will be guarded at all times. So far, he will not talk and tell us where his village hides. When he does, the Symbani will destroy his village and return with the Spear of Death. If you can find the Leperman village from speaking to the prisoner, then the Symbani will have their Spear of Death back and the war will be over. Go then, and thus bring peace to this land. Well, kind of, but no. I did hear that news. I actually went and saw myself what transpired. So, gosh, we're almost at the hour mark, and I know it's going to take several minutes to walk back to Tarna because we're going to get ambushed 53 times. God, and it's still hanging at 285. It feels like magic is not moving at all, which is very frustrating because we're using it in every battle. And it's like, does it not count because we're using it too fast? What is going on that we use so much magic and so many mana points and it doesn't budge at all? That's very frustrating to me. I mean, I'm almost tempted to say that it's going slower than when we grind it as a paladin, but I'm not sure that's true. We maxed out flame and we maxed out, I think, force, and I did some dazzle. So that's actually probably not true because we haven't maxed out force yet. But geez Louise. It just seems very vexing that we use it so much and it's barely moved the needle. There. 2 fights now. It hasn't moved at all. Can you imagine if we did 2 fights where we didn't get any weapon use or parry or dodge? I mean, that was the one good thing about the weapon use parry dodge was that it actually went up relatively quickly compared to previous games. But Magic, they nerfed some for some reason. I don't know why. So, okay, here we are. I'm going to do a couple of quick things. What time is it? It's day 17. We'll do a couple quick things, then we'll go to the inn to sleep, and we'll start out tomorrow a new day and a new video. So just for points' sake, we're at 147. Oh, okay. He wants to know more about Julinar. You tell her you gave gifts of kindness, magic, and love to Julinar, and she gave you the magic fruit. How absolutely extraordinary. Now I know just what my dreams mean. This is incredible. Thanks, man. We're going to tell him about the other things that I don't really think... Okay, sit down. Alright, for 3 points, we are going to give him the honeybird feather. 3 points and 3 pills. There it is, 150. For 5 points, hello kitty, we're going to give him the gift of the heart. That's not 5 points, that's 3 points. This guide appears to be... Oh, no, it was get heart gift for 5. So what is... Give feather to Salem. Yes, give heart gift for 3. For 3 points, we will give him the venomous berries. And for 3 points, we will give him some pool of peace water. And we can't get the dispel potions from him. Well, actually, maybe we can. He said to come back another day, but... Hey, baby. You watching the... Hey, sorry, but I've just been too busy meditating. So, yeah, we'll have to come back on another day. That's fine. Who is a good boy? So, what we're going to do is we're going to stop the video here. You are a good boy. Yes, you are, Chip. Yes, you are. Okay, there it is. Khatib died. Khatib Mukarram was found lying by the edge of the river this morning. He backed up and just fell off. He's fine. They're so bouncy at that age. None know why he was there or why he died. I have heard whispers that Khatib's ghost was seen rising from the body in a dark cloud, but I do not believe this. So we are going to order a meal. Okay, so I was waiting for that to happen, and I don't think that's avoidable. It happens, and it's sad. So in the morning, we will go get the dispel potions from Salim. We will go talk to Krisha, and we will also take the gem to the temple. So the next video should be quite action-packed. It'll be fun. And then we can start, ultimately we can start pressing towards the end game. I may not, the more I think about it, I may not spend this game trying to max out all the skills, because I can just do it with the skill editor at the end of game. I said my philosophy was, if I know I can max out the skills, then I don't stress too much about using an editor to save me some time. So I may just not max this out. We can get to the end game as is just fine. So this has been Quest for Glory 3. My name is Anna Mardall. Thank you so much for coming along with me. Thank you for being patient with me with my voice kind of messed up the way it is. Hopefully in the next video, my voice will be even better. But yeah, like I said, I was getting antsy and I was like, I gotta record a video. So here we are. I will see you in the next Let's Play. Take care. Bye-bye.